Being stuck in a traffic jam can leave you feeling frustrated and helpless. Yet in some cities, that congestion sure is a way of everyday life. So here now with the new traffic scorecard report is Chris Handley with INRIX. It is a global leader for transportation analytics. Good morning, Chris.
Morning. How are you guys?
Doing great. It's not everybody's favorite topic, talking about traffic, especially when people are stuck in it. But how much time do people waste, generally speaking, say in a year, stuck in traffic?
Well, nationally across the U.S., commuters spend over 8 billion hours stuck in traffic. That's 50 hours per commuter on average.
That is a lot of time that I would say is wasted. What economic factors, in your opinion, cause traffic to be so bad?
This year, we've seen two significant economic drivers. The first is GDP. As the economy improves in local markets, more jobs are created. That means more people move to those cities. That means more people on the road. Second big factor is fuel prices. As gas prices drop, people are more willing to drive. The incentive to take alternative forms of transportation also drops. So we see more people on the road from both of those factors.
In terms of traffic congestion, what does it say about the health of a local economy?
Well, it's a great problem to have. It's a high-class problem, right? Cities want higher employment. They want lower costs that fuel prices bring. But there is a penalty for that, and unfortunately, it's the commuter that bears that penalty, and that penalty is increased time spent in the car on the road.
What are your best tips for avoiding getting stuck in traffic?
Downloading a traffic app. There's a lot of good ones out there. INRIX has one of the best. Checking that app before you set out on your commute every day. Even if it's a route you take every day, understanding if something unexpected has happened. Has there been an accident? Is there some sort of construction? Knowing that before you leave so you can route around that and you can get an accurate ETA and notify those who might be impacted by that.
So what do you suggest in terms of spending less time and wasting less money stuck in traffic?
Well, nationally, the departments of transportation, cities are spending a lot of money these days to try to improve the traffic situation. Unfortunately, now those two economic factors are overriding that, and we're seeing increased levels. I think that's going to stay the same for the next 2 to 3 years. After that, though, we're going to start to see a number of new developments that are really going to change the equation. The first is autonomous vehicles. These are going to be on showroom floors in 2 to 3 years. As these vehicles become more prevalent on the roads, we'll be able to get tighter spacing. Autonomous vehicles don't need to have 2 seconds separation between the car in front of them. Their reactions are instantaneous. You can get more autonomous vehicles on the same stretch of road. Similarly, when you have a driverless vehicle, ride sharing, people going to the same locations or the same direction. It's much easier to ride share if you don't have a driver. That can be optimized. So those two factors are really going to start to come on board in sort of the next 5 years, and that's what's going to create the next fundamental change in traffic.
Yeah, the connected cars and that idea is really interesting. Obviously, that's when they're going the same direction as you just mentioned. I mean, thinking about driverless cars is interesting too as a wave of the future. What about local DOTs, Department of Transportations? What can they do to help the problems that we're experiencing with traffic congestion?
Sure, and as I said, DOTs and cities are already spending a lot of money to try to make these situations better. Building more roads isn't always an option. A lot of cities have as much roads as they're going to be able to put in. Understanding how to utilize that infrastructure to be more efficient, to get a higher throughput is really the key. And that starts with numbers. So one of the reasons we published this scorecard is to put numbers into the equation. Understand what good looks like. Understand how cities compare to one another. Those numbers then could be used as justification for further investment, or can be used as assessment to see how well current projects are performing.
It's fantastic. Great to talk to you. Is there anywhere people can go for more information?
Sure. If you go to INRIX.com, which is INRIX.com, you can find out more information about the scorecard we issued. You can find out the most congested corridors in the state. In Milwaukee, that's US 45 and I-94. And you can find out more about our app.
Wonderful. Great talking to you, Chris. Thank you so much.
Great. Thanks for having us on.
Absolutely.